Hello everyone, this is Tynrael. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program New Horizons. Episode 2, we are currently in the infant stages of our space program still, but we have 41 science, and I think that today we will try to escape Kerbin and explore some of the new content. Maybe fly around Sauna, look forward to getting to the moon, although with the cost to upgrade the facilities and the amount of money that we have, I may time warp or fast forward through in post editing some additional missions to do things with some of the tourists. For the science, I think that the best thing to probably go for to get further out would be upgrading some of the fuel tanks. I really want the LV-909 to be more efficient up in space. But before we purchase anything, let's see what we can get for contract to try to achieve. Fly by Sauna, perfect. You can see that there are contracts that are pertaining to the shift in the system with the New Horizons mod. Just pass by Sauna, easy as pie. So basically, that sounds like a nice safe one. Just escape Kerbin's gravity, and we'll go for that. Ooh, test LV-909. This is great because other than the global boosters from KW rocketry and the larger fuel tanks, I guess the fuel tanks would decrease the number of parts, but this is a simple way to get it free without having to unlock it immediately. So trying to escape Kerbin. Don't believe that I'll miss out on the Maverick or any of these other components right now. So we can spend our science elsewhere. More science possible. Might be good to get some science equipment to use around Sauna. I don't care so much about the communitrons until I have batteries, so I can send more than one signal back. Our rockets will become larger, so stability will be important, but survivability on the way home if I want to keep some of those tanks on or components in a service bay. I think that I will go for the survivability just for some fins that I can. Also, the radial decouplers will be nice. I'll save that 23 science for the return mission. So, we want to have a capsule that can return. I don't remember if I have. No, I have not been far out away from orbit from Kerbin, so I can get a high above orbit for Sauna, as well as a high orbit over Kerbin, so I only need 2 science canisters, but then again I could land in a new location here on Kerbin, so I'll go with the 3 again, which seems to be a pretty good number to start with. Get rid of the Mars propellant to increase my delta V by like 12 or something. It's not worth worrying about too much. Go for this stack decoupler so that I only have to worry about this on reentry. Large tank. I think that I might want. I don't know how much fuel or delta V it would take to push out away from Kerbin and fall. I'm worried that I'll be able to leave Kerbin's atmosphere or sphere of influence and then get back to it, but might not have enough fuel to get back to Kerbin itself to land. And it's only on like my 3rd flight, so I don't really want to have to worry about a rescue mission. Let's throw on one of these borrowed LV909s from our contract and see what we get for Delta V. So that's more than enough for that upper stage, but it's quite heavy. So let's see what we can do to make good use of our radial decouplers. I don't want to have a tall rocket with this much mass on top, but for getting into orbit, I think that 3 times symmetry is probably good. I wish that I had fuel lines. I'll put these down here. And at some point I'll have to start worrying about the aerodynamics and put caps on things, as well as parachutes to recover funds. But I didn't unlock those parachutes. This rocket isn't costing too much, so I won't. I may get it, but I think I might have to unlock some facilities depending on how I start making this rocket. But to get into the atmosphere, I think that I might do a trio of Vestas, but then break off to that. Now I just need a big punch to get this up pretty far. And I don't have struts either. Those will be very nice when I get them. See, this globe is less thrust than that one. Might use a bunch of boosters with a bunch of the radial decouplers just to get a good punch from the bottom. But I'll also think that I'll want 3 of those. This rocket's already looking like it's going to be unstable. With a Wildcat 230 thrust, it's not going to work. $683 Delta V. Let's go for a 2 times symmetry. Get 4 of those going at the same time. It's 25,000. Already over the 30 part limit. This may be overkill to escape Kerbin, but I don't know how large the new sphere of influence really is off the top of my head. It's a work in progress experiment. This is a lot of Delta V though. But this is might be a safe amount to go with. It's just this rocket. I think that I want some. The heck, might as well. These. Whoa. Might as well try recovering these. I think that I'm going to actually upgrade some of my. I'm gonna need more than 30 parts. I don't have orbital tracking or maneuvers. Let's call this escape sauna. Save it, and I believe I have enough science to get the radial parachutes, which I guess that 15, 20 I do. Which now means I also want to add some science, additional science. To this, and then if I can EVA, I'll be able to get science. I don't want to jettison a science junior. but I'm not able to get the science from it. So I'll have to remember to make sure that I can have my Kerbal CBA. I'll save that one for sauna. The mass for this, I think, might have been decreased in a recent update to this mod. And this is heavy. I'll just stick it on top and hope that it does not interfere with parachute. Which it may. Kerbal engineer, just for the flight statistics. Don't really need an antenna. And since I'm worrying about recovering some funds, I will add some parachutes and try to save as much money as well, as much money as I can, but some money so that the program can go up. That actually isn't going to be a standalone column in the middle, so this. Oops. There's no real need to worry about that after. I'll get everything I need from here. Just over a minute for the first stage. I'm not sure that 1.7K delta V would be enough to really make use of the Vestas. So I'm going to add, should be able to fit 3 solids here. Add some pumpers and pull them out of the Vestas. Slide it down. Have those go off at the same time as these get jettisoned first. And I'll be able to control the throttle on those large ones. So now I have 49 out of 30 parts. Don't think I need to worry about caps on those. Ship costs almost 36,000. Let's see what I can unlock for building components. So I need to upgrade the VAB to support more than 30 parts. Use my Kerbals to EVA. Okay, so now I have money to spend on. I don't care so much about the patched comics right now. I need like $150. I can't afford that. I think that I will just go with what I've got here. And escape sauna, crew. Valentina has the most. I want to level Bill and Bob. Bill, so he can mine resources. Bob, because he's going to be my main science guy as soon as I have a probe core that can fly him everywhere. Because I flew to the moon with Bob without assistance and back after landing on it, and it was very tedious. Do not want to do that again. But we will try to level up Jeb. I don't see a real need for pilots as soon as you get some of the probe cores that have stability assist. But I will go with Jebediah, and we will head for the stars. Let's see, I only have one use on both the magnetometer and Science Junior, so there's no point of using them here on Kerbin. Bottle up to full, and let's see how. Doesn't look too unstable from here. Let's see how this flies. Time to apoaps, going up nice. Solid fuel, burning pretty steadily. Might throttle back just a tad on the liquid fuel. Full throttle, offset just a little, get rid of those. I don't want to pull over too hard with my rocket segmented with these two different areas with lots of mass. Slow down just a little so that I can pitch over some. Time to apoapse is getting very close to a minute, so I'm not too worried. I did hope to get over 30,000 before I started pushing the Vestas, but I think that this would be fine. Let's give it one last go. So how efficient am I? This is doing 335 unfolds almost. Apoapsis height is way too high. I should be going for the horizontal quite a bit harder than I have been. If I had struts, I would be a little more rough with my rocket in the earlier atmosphere. But this is looking fine. Minute, 11 seconds. Still have. Get a little higher. I wonder if that's the high, as high as the specific impulse goes for those engines. I'm not sure. All I need is the 24 seconds to apoapsis. Negative 340 periapsis. This is looking. It's gonna go fine. Have to investigate the sphere of influence sauna, I guess Kerbin, to see what it would take to get out. Now I'll go very slow. Let's kill thrust, get closer. Apoapsis. Just circularize this a little. Okay. So I want to push out away from Kerbin so that I can efficiently fall back to Kerbin. I forgot. I don't have to pass conics because those are very expensive. So I think that If I go prog right here, I'll push out this way. Kerbin will curve around and I'll get stuck pushing far out in orbit here. So I think that I want to fall behind Kerbin this way. But by the time I get there, it'll be different. So maybe I should just push out tangential to Kerbin. And then by the time I get there, I'll be behind it. And then I'll have a slightly inside orbit that I can just speed up to catch up to Orbin before we separate too far. I think that sounds right. If I focus on Kerbin, let's look at the statistics. Sphere of influence, 5,944 kilometers. So I don't think that I will see when my orbit escapes without the patched conics, so I want to shoot for about 6,000. So I'll speed up till I'm out here a little before. And now I'll go prograde. And I may wait just to fast forward a little to make sure I'm falling behind. And let's go for 6,000 kilometers for my apoapsis. I think that I'm not sure if I'm actually reading this right. I haven't ever used this to try to determine what it takes to leave the sphere of influence of a body. I've just had the patched conics tell me that I'll be exiting or entering. But this is burning a good amount of fuel. And having to go out 6 million meters. Although this is increasing fairly steadily. I guess I will go for it and just see what happens. Okay, so I think this is what I wanted. I have more than 2,500 delta V, so I should be able to get back to Kerbin. Before I exit the influence of Kerbin, I want to get the upper focus on this vessel. Why can I not focus on my ship? Wow, that's a lot of planets. It'll be fun to try and get to all of these. There we go. I don't know what the height is for high above Kerbin or high orbit. I'll try just maybe in the middle of this. But I can probably get a few science reports. Is my crew report any different? High over Kerbin. Keep that. Get some mystery goo. High over Kerbin. I can get a bunch of the higher orbits several times. I'll go for the magnetometer. Science Junior when I get to Sauna. Complete its contract. It looks like this is quite a bit off center from what I anticipated. But hopefully I will escape sauna and get this contract so that I can have some... Oh, I forgot to put the parachutes on those stages. And that's why I spent the science. That is unfortunate, although only, I don't know, how much are these worth? 2,700 funds almost. 12,000. That all adds up. I will have to pay attention to that in the future. So this, I think this is working out pretty well. And okay. Oh yeah, but I'm inside, so I'm going to be going faster, so I'm going to push faster and faster away from... Well, everyone, it looks like we've escaped Kerbin's sphere of influence, and we are now captured by Sauna. This looks like a good time to cut the video due to the current length. Next time, we will see if we can get back home without the aid of flight planning or conics, and hopefully we won't get stranded somewhere and have to send out a rescue mission, because that would be unfortunate. But if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you have any comments about things that you would like to see that I'm not doing, or things that I'm doing that you don't think should be in the video, I am definitely looking for some feedback on what to cut out. Some of these videos are, well, just the missions in Kerbal in general, tend to be quite lengthy, and if I'm doing commentary during the whole time, it makes it difficult to determine what should be removed. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.